Today we're going to talk about our solder and seal connectors. These are a great way to join two wires and have a solder joint. Not everyone has a soldering iron and all the solder, all the equipment that you need to properly solder wires. If you do, that is absolutely great. But if you don't, this is a good alternative. These come in packs of 10. They retail for just $4.95 for a 10 pack. We have them in yellow, which will join 12 to 10 gauge wire, blue, which I'm going to use here in the demo, which will join 16 to 14 gauge wire, and then red, which will join 22 to 18 AWG wire. So what you want to do is you want to take the two wires that you want to solder together, and you want to strip it back about a 1/2 inch, the insulation on each one of these. And then we're going to fan these out a little bit. As we put them together, we want the wires to kind of intertwine a little bit. It gives it a little bit stronger connection. So if you just fan it out just slightly here on each one of these, you don't want to go too far as it won't fit in the connector. Then once we have them fanned out, we're going to put them in here and make our solder joint. So slide them in. And you want to keep everything between the markings on here. So I fanned out this one a little bit too much. So you want to keep everything between the markings. And basically what we're going to do is get these to intertwine like that. And then we're going to bring it over to our heat gun, get them nice and centered. And we're going to heat this until this solder flows. Now that we have these centered and properly intertwined, we're going to turn our heat gun on. You could also use a hair dryer. Don't recommend it, but I've seen some people even use a lighter. It is low temperature solder, and there's also glue in here to make a waterproof connection. So I'm using a heat gun here. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to move my fingers away from this so I don't burn them. And basically what we want to do is we want to see that solder melt. So it's better to give this a little bit of motion here. And there you go, you see that solder melting down? There goes that solder. You want to keep it there until you see that melt down. And after that, go out to the ends to get your waterproof connection. And then importantly here, when you're done, let it sit for a minute. That solder, again, because it's low temperature, will take it a minute to harden back up and turn back to a solid. So we're going to let this cool for a moment before we pull on it. And again, you want to go out here to the ends and make sure that this glue flows out so we get a watertight soldered connection here. And then once you can see that it's starting to reform into a solid, and again, this will take it a moment. Still fairly hot. You can pull on it and test it and make sure that it's got a good strong connection here. So that's probably long enough time. So going ahead and pulling on it, and that's a nice strong solder connection. So again, from Custom Dynamics, you can get a 10 pack of these for $4.95 and form a nice solder joint without having the solder iron.